What happened? I'm hungry. So eat? I can't because I've eaten pretty much all the calories for the day. So why don't you eat those foods which burn more calories while digesting them than you consuming them? I don't think that exists. Well, it does, and there is science behind it. Really? So, do you want to eat? Well, today I'm going to share with you 10 foods that have genuinely close to zero calories. So you can eat them much more, feel full, and still lose that weight. So let's go. Number one is Shirataki noodles. Now, this is almost calorie free pasta, which is also known as the miracle noodles or konjac noodles. Now, these are a dieter's dream because per 100 grams, it just gives you close to only 10 to 15 calories. And if you're wondering, like, wait, why is it so low? Because this is made of konjac yam root, which is 97% water and 3% approximately of soluble fiber, which is called glucominin. Now, this glucominin is very special. What it does is that it absorbs water up to 50% of its weight, it turns it into a gel in your stomach, and which is why most of us feel full. Because what it does is that it adds bulk, so you physically end up feeling full, and it also ends up slowing digestion, which keeps you satisfied and full for a very long time. And the best part is it barely even impacts any of your blood sugar, which is why your cravings end up staying low. Now, how to actually enjoy them? Well, if you ever buy shirataki noodles, they smell very earthy at first, but you have to rinse them well, you have to boil them, then you can even dry roast them, you can mix them with stir fry veggies, you can add a little bit of soy sauce, some chili, and you can also make a soup out of it. And trust me, that entire thing, even after doing all of this, will be under 50 calories. And here is a fun fact that the same glucominin is also sold as expensive supplements, but if you buy it in the shirataki noodle form, it's cheaper and it tastes like real food. Number two is Sylum husk. Now, this is an invisible fullness booster, and 1 tablespoon, which is just around 5 grams, is only 16 calories. And if you're wondering, like, what is it really? Well, it is ground husk from seeds of Plantago ovata. So it is almost pure soluble fiber with zero sugar, zero fat. And how it keeps hunger away is because when you have it, it absorbs the water, turning it into gel, which expands the stomach, and then it slows the emptying of food, and it also steadily just balances your blood sugar. It creates fewer spikes and crashes. Greatest part of it is that it supports very healthy gut bacteria and it gives you better digestion. So if you're hungry at night and you really don't want to eat anything, just add this to water, stir it, and consume it. And suddenly you'll notice that your hunger has just disappeared. Just make sure that you don't mix more than 1 tablespoon of it and consume it immediately because it thickens when it's mixed with water. And you can also add it to your smoothies, your oats, your yogurt if you want to give it like a little bit of texture. I would just say that start slow because too much can feel heavy if your body is not used to, this kind of fiber. And one more important thing is that if you're having it, drink plenty of water because Xylem husk works really well with hydration. Number three is cucumber. Now, this is a crunchy, watery snack which is 96% water and about 12 to 15 calories per 100 grams. That's why if you take a whole cucumber, which is roughly around 250 grams, you barely even hit 35 or 30 to 35 calories. And the reason why it works because firstly, it has a high volume content. So, same like the others, it physically stretches your stomach, makes you feel that fullness. It's crunchy, so chewing takes time, which goes to your brain and it registers to your brain that, okay, listen, I've eaten something. And plus, it has a mild flavor which is easy to eat in even larger portions. And more interesting ways to eat is that you can either pickle them with salt and vinegar. You can also cut it and mix it up with different salads. You can just consume it just like that. You can also add it to water. You can add lemon in it. You can even add it with yogurt, mint, cumin. You can make raita out of it. You can add it with your lemon juice and even chili powder just if you like that spicy kick. And here's a little known tip. If you leave the peel on, well, it's much richer in fiber and antioxidants. Number four is mushrooms. Now, this is a low calorie umami powerhouse which has only 20 to 25 calories per 100 grams for the common mushrooms. And what makes them really unique is that this natural umami from the glutamates gives you that feeling of savory and satisfying. And you notice it has this spongy texture which absorbs flavors very beautifully. Meals taste much richer, it contains a lot of fiber and water. And the reason why it matters is because the meals with mushrooms just feel a little nice and hearty. You kind of feel very satisfied with consuming really few calories. And here is also a pro cooking tip that you can do. You can try saute them first and remove that excess water and then add spices and herbs. You can use them to bulk up curries, omelets, pastas, and even your stir fries. And here's a very cool fun fact when it comes to mushrooms. Now, mushrooms is one of those few natural plant foods that contain vitamin D, especially if you have the sun-dried mushrooms. Number 5 is spinach, which is a lightweight nutrient giant. Now, if you have raw, that's about 23 calories per 100 grams, which is barely anything. And it shrinks when it's cooked, so you end up just eating a lot. And the best part about spinach is that it gives you a lot of iron, which supports red blood cells and even energy. It also has magnesium, which is great for your nerves and muscles and even sleep. And it also has these nutrients that protect your eye health. And the great thing about spinach is that it has a lot of fiber, so it adds gentle bulk. So even if you eat in large volumes, it just gives you a psychological feeling that you feel full. And the good thing is that you can have it in many ways. You can blend it in your smoothies, you can put it in your soups, you can saute it with other vegetables, even with garlic, some chili, you can make a dish out of it. There are so many ways to have it. And here's a fun fact that cooking spinach concentrates the nutrients in it. That means when you have cooked spinach, it has higher bioavailable iron. Number 6 is green bell peppers. Now, they are crunchy, they are sweet, and they are low in calories, which is literally around 20 calories per 100 grams. And the red and yellow are a little sweeter and also slightly higher in calories, which is still low only in general, which is around 26 to 30 calories, which is still good. And when you're on a diet, they really help because firstly, it's crunchy, so it slows down the way you eat. They are also naturally sweet, so helps you with that sweet cravings, and it also has a lot of water in it, which helps you fill that stomach. And it also has huge amount of vitamin C, which is great for your skin, your immunity. It also has beta carotene, which is an antioxidant. So there are many ways you can also eat this. You can grill it, you can mix it up with sauteed vegetables, you can even dice it up and put it in salads, wraps, or even stir fries. So there are many things and many ways you can eat it. And here's like a cool fun fact that one bell pepper can give you more than 150% of your daily vitamin C. Number 7 is watermelon. Now, this is a dessert that hydrates you, and 100 grams of this just has around 20 to 30 calories, and most of it is water. What makes it magical is that 92% is water, which means higher volume and lower calories. Plus, it has the sweet taste, which is mentally satisfying dessert for your brain. It also contains citrulline, which helps you with your blood flow and also with your recovery. So, you don't need those powders of citrulline. This does the job. And here are fun ways to have it. You can freeze small chunks of it and you can make it into an instant smoothie, or you can just mix it up with ice. You can also have, like how we have in India, with like a little chaat masala and mix it up with a fruit salad. So there are many ways to have watermelon. Just try to not have it as a juice. And here's something surprising, that despite your watermelon being sweet, the glycemic load is quite low if you watch your portions. Now at number 8 we have okra, or what we call as ladyfinger. Now this is an underrated hero which for 100 grams just gives you around 25 to 30 calories. What makes it special? Well, that natural mucilage, which is the sticky part that slows digestion. It keeps you fuller for longer, plus it has a lot of soluble fiber, so it really helps with controlling your blood sugar. It also contains a lot of folate, which is your vitamin B9 and also vitamin K. And there are many ways you can eat it. You can dry roast it with turmeric, chili powder. You can make a crispy snack out of it. You can mix it with your dals. And in India, this is one of the favorites because I hardly know people who don't really like, this vegetable, which we call it as bhindi. You can make tons of things with this. And here's a fun fact that these okra seeds, they have small amounts of protein and even healthy fats. You can make so many dishes out of it. You can also add it to your lentils and even your soups and even your curries. So it's quite a versatile vegetable. So giving you the least amount of calories and still providing you with a lot of nutrients in small amounts. Now, number 9 is mixed berries. So you have that small, sweet, but they are very powerful. So you have your blueberries, you have your blackberries, you have your raspberries. They approximately give you 25 to 30 calories per 100 grams. And the reason why they are one of the best is because, firstly, they also have high water and fiber content, slow digestion, they give you like very steady energy, they give you a very sweet taste, which satisfies those sugar cravings if you're someone who has a sweet tooth. They are also rich in anthocyanins, which support your brain and your skin health. And honestly, even this, there are many ways you can have it. You can top it with your yogurt, your oatmeal, you can blend it into smoothies, you can freeze it, if you want it maybe crunchy or a cold snack. And here is a cool fact that darker colored berries often have higher antioxidant levels. Number 10 is air popped popcorn. Now, this is a volume king. Now, one cup of air popped popcorn can give you 30 calories, and 3 cups, well, that is under 100 calories. Now, the high volume ends up filling up your stomach, and the crunchiness keeps you occupied, firstly, with biting, plus, it is whole grain, so it has a lot of fiber, which helps you keep or be full for a longer period of time. And you can have it in many ways. You can sprinkle some chili powder on it, you can have it with garlic, you can add even butter and caramel. But I would say that the moment you add butter and caramel, automatically those calories will shoot up tenfold. So just try to avoid that, especially if you're aiming to keep the calories low. And here is a fun fact that popcorn is a whole grain and it is a rare snack which a lot of people don't really consider because it has low energy density, which means you can eat more and it also weighs less, plus high water and fiber, which ends up stretching your stomach, plus it slows down digestion. You feel satisfied without really going crazy with calories unless you're putting your caramel or butter on it. So just make sure that you have it at the most in the most simplest way. The best way is just add a little salt in it, and that's about it. And a bonus one would be drumsticks. Now, these are your moringa pods. This is your forgotten superfood, also called as moringa pods. These long green sticks are super common in Indian curries, especially in, I think, sambar. And just 100 grams of it will give you 25 to 30 calories, which is really low. The reason why they are special is because they are extremely high in fiber. They physically fill your stomach up. They're naturally low in fat and even sugar, and it is very diet friendly. Plus, the best part is that it is packed with so many micronutrients. It has vitamin C, it has vitamin A, it has calcium, it has potassium. So it's great in every way. Plus, because it has a lot of fiber, so it forces you to chew it slowly, which means you end up eating very mindfully and it's also very satisfying. And plus, because it has soluble fiber, it slows down that digestion completely, keeps you fuller for hours, and plus it's really tasty, especially the ones that we make right here in India. And here's a little known bonus. The entire moringa tree is edible. So the leaves, the seeds, the pods, and even the flowers. That's why it is called the miracle tree because it firstly grows very easily and it's packed with nutrition, especially for those who are on plant-based diets. And all these foods, if you notice, they share like these three magical traits, which is high fiber and water, and also they create big volume and they have low calories. So you can have all of them without really feeling guilty, and plus they give you real nutrition. So your body actually feels nourished, not starved, and they're perfect, literally perfect for anyone who wants to eat more, feel full, and still stay in that calorie deficit without you really getting bored and worried about that, maybe I just have to stop. Now, from all the foods that I've mentioned, which is the food that you already eat and which one is the one that you're curious to try? Well, let me know in the comments. And I'll see you in the next video. And until we meet again next, don't stress and be awesome. Russia that.